let me make sure I am live. I don't want to actually use my old man glasses. And no, it's not listed. So let me, I'm glad I checked, right? Public, please. So, we will have them, our brothers and sisters come in now. All right, that's just live, technical. Now it's energy. Now it's consciousness. Now it's spirit. Hello, holy ones. Welcome to Christos Avatar, Merkaba, where you will remember once again that you are a Christos Avatar. It isn't just the name of my channel, understand? This is a level of your consciousness that all beings have, actually. Even the fallen ones, okay? Because they are part of what is God, the universal definition of God, not a religion point of view, but the cosmic point of view, the source. God is the source of everything. And that includes the dark ones. So that's part of the law of one. That's the hard step to get over because we're conditioned otherwise. And tonight we got Miss Horror. Welcome, holy ones. How you doing, sister? Good to see you as always. And Nixo90. Oh my gosh, you guys are coming back and back. Oh my gosh, greetings, holy one. Connor Sides Bowen. How come I remember that name? Yeah. Machiwa, you said it, holy one. Hitami Sato, welcome. I'm so pleased to see you. All you friendly faces and energies and wow. Lanny, one of our members. Oh my gosh. We feel high. Greetings. Thank you for sharing your space with us tonight. Yes, you said it, holy one. Oh, we got Javari. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful name. Loving and blessing to all. I agree. Yeah. We got Kibron. Another beautiful name. That's a beautiful name. That's, ooh, yeah. Thank you for being there, right there. How you doing? Machiwa, Kibron. Faith-filled. Oh my gosh. That 1111, that was a nice little gift from you. Thank you. Now you gifted everyone with 1111. Now we're saying and thinking about 1111. Love you, brother, sister, all of you, family, Christos. Javari, this is my second live stream with you. I'll be here every day for your knowledge and guidance. Oh, wow. Much respect. Much appreciation. I hope I have a purpose. It's a purpose. Oh, my gosh. My moderator, Isabel. Blessings to you, Isabel, and thank you for being a member. Wow, sound bath, is that what you're calling this? Yeah. It's some light code there. We're gonna cleanse. Welcome, fallen ones, reptilians, Anunnakis, Wiccan, you're welcome. Makoye, it's all. See, we can get together under Christ, consciousness, under law of one, but you can't get together over on their side. You won't last very long, you know, with being good on their side. If you went to the darkness, you understand a different truth. So they have truth, you know, but so we have actually a covenant. The law of one or anyone involved with earth trauma is mostly coming from the Emerald Covenant. But there's also going to be Holy Seraphi and Holy Violet Flame. They're actually called Brahmarama, the Violet Flame. So they're going to be coming in, incarnating in. But it's mostly a Elohai, Blue Flame drama, because that's our planet. This is our planet. All the way up, honey, from Earth, Tara, Gaia, Ermitana. It's the Lyran planet, which is the Founders Race planet. The first Founders Race planet. There's lots of planets. There's lots of galaxies and dimensions and density and matter form. Well, this is the first source. There was a first one that came in, and that would be the Blue Flame, Elohai. Now, it's not about who's better or greater, because we're all the same. We're all God. You know, these are just different parts of God, aspects of God. Like you have your higher selves, those are your aspects. And guess what? You also have some shadow aspects. And we want to heal those. That's us, ourselves. We want to heal ourselves, and we are. Some of us are awakening. It kind of takes you would say humbleness. It takes humbleness before you can look at your own, admit to your own shadow. Because you have some shadow. Why are you in 3D? Do some shadow. Spiritual cleansing. Cleanse your energies, honey. Spiritual protection. Because this is a spiritual war. Yeah. But, you know, we're trying to get to that 5th dimension, at least. Some of you 6th dimension, but tonight's topic is going to be about that 5th dimension. Yeah. Faith-filled, yeah. Gangsters, yeah. Spiritual gangsters, honey. Linda, my glasses, Gore. Okay, Linda Gore, nice and colorful you are. Yes, thank you for that positive vibe. Spiritual gangster. What's up? Aaron Ryan. Wow, that happens, right? Thank you. Thank you. Even it was so awesome. Ireland Clark was on last night on my live, and I was thinking, dude, think about this. This is impossible. This is impossible odds. Not impossible, but extremely rare, so it's obviously not. Okay, a coincidence, right? I mentioned the black cube, and the people were walking around it in the world in some place. That's what they're doing. That's their god. Well, she just was thinking the black cube. So, and that was a trip, and I'm so grateful she visited us last night. That is freaking awesome, right? Isn't that cool? She was so awesome. She was very respectful, and she was actually checking out the live, baby. You know, because you guys, when you see this energy out in the world, wow, whoever has it, or a piece of it, something you recognize as Christ consciousness, or this inner Christos, the inner Christ, God is within, not without. So you're never separate from God, honey. That's a distortion. How can you be outside your creator? Think about that one. It's fields. We're inside the greater field of God, so we're part of that. Because we're an extension, what you say, an aspect of God. And there's so many of creations, so many consciousness. So we all, you know, start changing literally, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, guys. We will start changing into a new being. This is what you call spiritual awakening. And it's a beautiful thing. Machiwa. Another member in the house, Esan. Coleman, look at that star. Yeah. Machiwa, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the Christos family. Magic synchronicities, you said it, Holy One. Joseph Evola, welcome. Yep, you're definitely welcome, you know, whatever your polarity. We don't judge. We just ask for, you know, we politely ask for just to respect each other while you're here. And honestly, you guys, you don't even have to agree with me. But, you know, just don't be trolling it. If something you don't like, if you really don't believe in it and like it, just tell us your truth. And we listen, you know. And if you're rude, then people are going to transmute your rudeness. Because there's a lot of Christos power in here. There's a lot of realization in here. When we see shadow, well, we're talking about fifth dimension, but some of that dark astral fourth dimension, that is this obstacle, because you're trying to get to the 5D consciousness. Well, that has to do with your spiritual journey. Excuse me. And it's related to your chakra. What's a chakra? And it's not chakra, honey. It's cha, like church, but chakra. So you become aware of them. Like just now, what's a chakra? I'm glad you asked. It's a vortex, man. It's a Stargate. It's a event horizon, and you walk through that event, and you're change in vibration, and there you are, the fifth dimension. You would like it to be. Hopefully, that's what happens. If you ascend, you hopefully go to the 5D, right? So in actuality, because of the DNA blocks on the planet, most people have to have 5-strand to ascend. We do have to have. I mean, there's possibility to get to inner Earth, but because of the blocks, we still have to get 5-strand. Things. There's other things you must do, but this is something you would like to be aware of. That you have to have this heart and the throat. It's not if and or maybe. Excuse me. Except there is sometimes the guardians will assist you if you're almost there. This is what the Voyagers books tells us. This is what the guardians tell us themselves. Because I teach from Ashiana's work. She's my teacher. I learned from her, and so in 2022, we're still talking about her. Not her, I mean the guardian information. We're still this is still relevant, honey. We're still in Ascension, but remember, in those days, it was a Stargate. It wasn't even a Stargate. The Stargate opening cycle hadn't even started. So, but it's definitely over this opening cycle and going into the closing cycle. So, whatever happened in Ascension steps, this doesn't change. You still have the natural process of this, cycle that we're in. And it's all about energy, it's consciousness, it's vibration. You see beyond the science or the limitations of your science, because the science is not recognizing these other dimensions of reality. Because they're first of all trying to stunt your idea of God altogether. They don't want you to understand really what is God. So they will put blocks in your thinking, and now you guys are being blocked in your thinking that there's nothing outside of this reality, and it's only the physics of your, modern mainstream physicists. But nevertheless, we go beyond into the guardians bring us the unified field physics and these, you would say, literal ascension mechanics that are partially scientific, not only religion, not only just science only, but combination, all right? Because only church and only science means a polarization. And once you polarize, now you're in opposition. You are in conflict. So, now we think I think a lot of people maybe in the New Age movement, they think that you're going to go to 5 dimension, right? The 5th dimension, 5D, and everything's going to be lovely like heaven. No, honey, that's a distortion, okay? The Guardians teach us, we learn from Ashiana Dean's Voyagers and more, her lifetime of workshops, you can find if you look and search. Otherwise, go to her website and find the newest information. This is a community about Ascension, teachings about Ascension, spiritual awakening. And so even these topics, learning about angels and demons and what is God and about dimensions of reality and the mechanics of Ascension, learning about your inner Templar, learning about the Kathara, what's that? Learning about the chakra system and that you have 15. not just a 7. Okay, you have distorted systems. Does 7 even sound like one of these 3, 3, 3, 12, 12, 12 things, 9, 9, 9 things? No, 7. I know some of you like 7. Okay, I love you. You can like whatever you want. Realize we see those synchronicities. Okay? If you're seeing 7s, okay. 8s, 9s, yes. 12s, 24s, 48s, 64s, kuchiwa. Manai, yes. Those are different polarities. Those are different energies. Consciousness. You got a 12-strand, but you got an 11-strand DNA and a 10-strand DNA. Obviously, you want the 12-strand, honey. Otherwise, you got a distortion in there, a limitation in your process of ascension. You're cutting yourselves off from Christ consciousness. That's why we are Christ consciousness, because we have that available to the human DNA. These beings don't. And they don't want you to have your 12-strand activated, which Christos Avatar, Ashania Dean, Lisa Renee, Ireland Clark, we're teaching you these mysteries again, okay, so you can protect yourself from these energies, these belief systems that are dark avatars, D11 dark avatars, D11, dimension 11. We're talking about 5th dimension. See, there's so much greater than the 5th dimension. You find yourself in a multiverse. Okay? A multiverse of 5. There's 15 dimensions, and every 3 dimensions is another unified field, another universe. You don't have to call it a universe, you can just call it a unified field. Another unified field, another density field. Because each one is a different matter form. You're only familiar with carbon matter. Aim higher, much higher. You got carbon crystal matter. Then you got crystal matter, crystal silicate, the silicate matrix, the crystal matrix, the crystal body. Okay, there's something amazing and special connection between humans and crystals. So, after crystal body, you become this liquid light. This is the 12D that we're talking about, honey. 12D. That trumps these Anunnaki, the bad ones. Not all of them are bad. We're talking about the dark ones, though. The dark avatar, the Jehovah, Yahweh. And it's a collective, not a single being. I've seen these beings. Some of you are able to see those high levels. So and some of you are born into those family trees. And it doesn't mean you're damned. And we don't treat you different here. Because, beings who are following law of one will not treat you different. But they're going to, if you're dangerous, obviously some dark beings are going to be dangerous. So we will still have security. We still will have protection. We'll still have we're not alone when you reach that level. Some of you guys are connecting to your 5D selves, the 5th dimension, which is a place now. It's a time period at a different vibration. It's vibrating much faster than 3D, a much lower. So when you say lower, it doesn't mean bad. It just means a different amount of energy, which is a smaller amount compared to a 5th dimensional amount of consciousness. In the law of one, you don't compare, what do you call, just your value. Your own value is not compared. You're all equal. You're all the same. The dark system, the false creed, practices the opposite. You're not all the same. There's masters and lords and gods and stuff. You must be in here under this ruler. No, honey. Like our sister Lisa Renee taught us, and now I talk about it. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Hello. You don't have this against my free will. You become aware of the Christos, the 12th dimensional consciousness, the Christ consciousness, which exists in unity. All are equal. To have these silly concepts of racism or just any type of judgments you have against anyone in the world, You understand what you're following? No, you probably don't. And it doesn't really matter because this is your arrogance and your pride, okay? What you are. How great you are. Okay? Your entitlement. Your titles. What you have acquired. This is your value system. Okay. You go, boy. You go, girl. You know what's up. Not Makai. See, we have to defend against those creatures, you know. Damn. Come on, man. Just sage yourself. Maybe you'll feel better. Here, let me sage you. Here, touch my crystal. I blessed it. It will do you good. Anyways, guys, we have these tools. Spiritual tools, psychic tools, energy tools, consciousness tools. I sleep with a crystal under my pillow. That's right in my field around my head, around my third eye. You understand? You have these spiritual levels, and the third eye is a high one. When you got the lowest one near your ass, I don't mean to be crude, but it is a kind of a crude energy. The survival mode. You don't think about nothing else but just that. Damn. Can you imagine living like that, existing like that? We did. Now we worked up at least to a 2-strand. That's the emotion. That's the sexual. Oh, great. Now that's our main focus is sex. Basically, you know, not only, you know, that's where your emotional body is. That's where your memory of Lemuria is. Okay, it's in your DNA, honey. Part of your thinking now, in 2022, is Lemurian. Part of your thinking is Atlantean. And this race is Aryan, so you have like, also, we didn't mention in strand 1, is the Hyperboreans and the Polarians, who created strand 1. So you have 4 different, Polarians, Hyperboreans, Lemurians, Atlanteans, and Aryans. You have 5 races now in your thinking process today in modern Aryan people. You're the 5th root race, making the 4th strand of DNA. We're supposed to. We're not doing it. Most humans aren't. Anyways, but then there's part of the population like you, like me, studying these principles. These divine concepts we resonate with. You know, I didn't take me long at all to resonate with Ashanadine. Yasha Ashana. When I first saw it, I didn't even understand it, you guys. But I just freaking knew. Something activated in my being. And then the next thing I find out, or the next thing I remember is I'm sitting in their seminar, in their ordination, becoming ordinated. And then you have all these changes in your life. And literally some of them are not good. I mean, fun. They're not fun. Some of them are divine and supernatural and amazing and wow. It's just an incredible time to be alive. Because your soul has a great opportunity in drama to evolve quickly. Like, real quick, like. So, if you guys knew history, because you know some races know the timelines. They know how to make changes in time. What? You got beings traveling through time. It's just called a Stargate. It's no big deal nowadays. Sotas. You got Stargates, honey. You got this mighty Templar. And you get to that 12th strand, you're a Christed being. Wachiwa. Jesus was a real person, but from our point of view was a guardian, indigo child, a 48 strand indigo child. He was the last 12th strand avatar to be on our planet. Now, I know that there's new avatars coming, and if you're to understand the Voyagers 2 material, you'll understand that he's going to come born again. So, but not him, only him. There's going to be several powerful avatars being born because they're needed. And even regular indigos, we're a race of people on the planet in different languages and cultures. And we're these holy guard, man, around the planet. Our consciousness, our awakening is needed. A lot of you are running their Emerald Covenant. We're these holy Christed beings who are returning from the future of humans. From their point of view, it's way in the future. I mean, yeah, fifth dimension, that's the fifth dimension. That's way far in the future. The sixth dimension is even farther. Now, I want to catch up to your comments, but let me just show that diagram real quick of the fifth dimension and the sixth dimension. And where these indigo children, that's not even their origination, but they're coming through those races. And some of those races have gone through to inner earth. And this is fourth dimensional stuff, which will go lead into Tara, earth becoming Tara, and then you'll now be going into the even farther future of the fifth dimension. You guys can understand, you live incarnations in all these sub-frequencies, which are different time vectors in the hologram. You're going to be going through different time vectors, but the physics of it is that it's all happening at once. So it's a multi-dimensional history happening in multi-dimensions all at once. So when you go through a Stargate, you're just going to another vibration. Literally. I mean, that's what it really is. But to us in the 3D, oh wow, that's time traveling. That's cool. But that's normal to multidimensional beings, understand, who have technology. We've been forbidden technology. We don't have all our technology. I'm not going to talk political on my channel, but realize there's a reason why we don't. But you got to open your mind to multidimensional reality fields, and that opens up the identity, your understanding of yourself, and what aliens are, and what angels are, and you know what is God really. So just like 20 seconds, I'll show you this diagram, and I want to catch up to your awesome comments. Oh man, come on. All right, I just gotta open those diagrams. I have a lot of, like, sometimes when I'm trying to go live, there will be sudden problems. And I emailed Arlen Clark, and as soon as I emailed her, I started having a whole bunch of problems with my Instagram. Like within seconds. We finally got a hold of each other, so. All right. This is our creed, okay? This is our creed. This is a lot of... What? These aren't in order, of course. Anyways, I wanted to show this one. We are... Chiwa, talking about the fifth dimension. Well, Earth is in the drama of 1, 2, 3. So that's why when you talk about the fifth dimension, which is the future, it seems like a weird concept to people who don't know this reality fields. Which is not only carbon, it's the carbon silicate. And humans are immortal. By the time you get to 5D, you're immortal. So I just wanted to show you this because you're going to be 5D, and some of you who are opening your third eye are actually from the sixth dimension, which is, you could also call it the angelic level. And look at the time periods. This is the end of 3D. Like here's 2017 as a reference point. Well, here's fourth dimension. And the beings that live in the fifth dimension, like 5D that we're talking about today, are way in this time era. Six dimensionals are just, the years just go crazy. Insane, right? But we don't understand that. But all this stuff is accessed by Stargates. And these are examples of like Earth Stargates, and they're taking you to different dimensions. This would take you to a different planet. if you took the Stargate. Like this Stargate, the 4th Stargate, this is under the Great Pyramid of Giza. This is a chakra of the planet and translates to a Stargate to the 4th dimension of reality, which, as you can see, is another version of Earth. Not Earth, but the adjacent Earth is called as Tara. Earth ascends, that part of Earth that ascends becomes Tara, and through the 4th to the 5th dimension, it's changing from Tara, Earth to Tara. It's going through a process of change and matter form. It goes through those periods of time. Well, anyways, the 5D is a big deal to the human race, because even though we're Christed avatars, which is a 12-strand human, as you can see, this is not in order, man. 12-strand human. Let me get that diagram. Here it is. This is the 12-strand human. You see, you have 12 strands, which makes you a Christed being. You're a Christed being at 12 strand. And this is a little bit inaccurate. This is supposed to be next to the Hyperboreans. And that makes still, there's still 12 races. And all 12 make up this right here. This level of, called nirvanic mind. And you have a perfect body. It's called the 12D Divine Blueprint. The Divine Blueprint. I know I said it 20 seconds, I'm sorry. Anyways, this is what we're talking about. Not astral, but the archetype mind. And this level of beings are called souls. Now, I know religion teaches you a whole different idea, but we're not souls. We're incarnates down here. One of a soul, like any one of these souls, right? One of them has 12 incarnates, simultaneous incarnates in Earth, in dimension 1, 2, and 3. This being is going to incarnate. And it's very interesting because this is a period of time. And between this period at the beginning, the first ascension cycle, and the ending ascension cycle, you're going to live 144 times. And 72 females, 72 males. So this whole gender war is total bullshit. You don't like females, girls, you don't like guys. Well, sometimes you are a guy, sometimes you are a girl, so get over it. Sometimes you have brown skin, sometimes you have red skin, yellow skin, black skin, white skin. Get over it. Hello. Stop being these divisions. And twin flames is not a romantic thing. That's a new age concept. Sorry to bust your bubble. Doesn't mean you weren't meant to be together. But the twin flame concept is new age. It's not real. And I'll explain what that is. But you can have someone that you were meant to meet. You agree in a soul agreement, which is density 2. You make an agreement in Tara, so when you incarnate in Earth, you're going to do this. That's not the same as your idea of twin flame. A twin flame is this. That's pairs. These are pairs. But it's male, female, male, and then female, and then male, and then female, and then it's not your romantic engagement, honey. That's you yourself. Ooh. In another time continuum, in another time vector. They're all in different periods of time because they're all getting the sub-frequency bands you need for ascension. One lifetime, one increment, one dot, and another lifetime way in the future from there, and then you'll have another lifetime around here, another dot, another male, another female, another male, another female. But this is the perception of time. But your soul, remember, one soul creates 12 of these lifetimes. That's just one of souls, of your souls. You have many souls, and plus you have oversouls. Your souls, and then you have oversouls. Each level is more of your spirit, more of your consciousness. You realize you're expanding back to God, the full expansion of God. It's all God. This is all God, but that you're expanding out to remembering it. These are all levels of awareness. Machiwa. Mokats. This is sacred information. I'm glad you guys are here to share it. Machiwa. Thank you for coming to my live, Vatos. Abelsus. We roll deep in spiritual realms, and in the end, we're all one. Yes, you are right, Holy One. Some of you are getting it. Yeah. A lot of you are. Look at you. Sus Mars. Candace Wood giving her goddess energies. But she wants to be chaos. All right there, honey. Oh, Machiwa. Andrew. Yeah, but if you have something like that happening in your dreams, he says, I get lost in my dreams and can't find the house I was in. It's annoying. LOL. Yes, this is something you can do like an intention before you fall asleep. What helps, you can even write it on a piece of paper and put that under your pillow, but still do the intention and prayer and visualization, and then go to sleep. Machiwa. And see what happens in your sleep then. Kind of like you're taking a little bit of conscious control of the scenario that may happen now. More odds of it happening because you're taking this, and that's why it's actually important to write a note. Literally, don't type it, don't do word processor and print it. Actually handwrite it, your own energy, and think about it while you're doing it. It's like a little bit of magic, because consciousness is magic. When you have knowledge of consciousness and knowledge of energy, you're only limited to your imagination, baby. You can transmute and change and fix and heal and do anything. Especially when you start developing that Maharata seal. It can be called a shield if you're having protection problems or demons or angels. Well, protect yourself. Start with cleansing yourself. You could be part of the problem. Most likely you are the problem, because it opens up only through your thoughts. If you're dwelling on this darkness, it's coming to you. That's how consciousness works. So since you've been thinking about it, like maybe you watched a bunch of horror films last night because it was Halloween. Well, now you're thinking about it. Guess what's drawing to you? So people don't think about that, but that's a real situation, and that's how consciousness works. That's how energy works. That's how spirit works. And what is energy? It's spirit. That's why I always recommend that you guys become aware of that. Like if you feel energy, that is spirit. That is consciousness. Life force, they call it. It's life force and more, okay? It's awareness, it's intelligence. So you're bringing in higher frequency, higher spiritual energy, whatever new age term you want to use. When you're bringing in life force, it's alive. It's a race of beings. It's a collective energy force. So become aware of that collective energy force when you start bringing in the 12D. That's the Christ, and it's not just one, it's many, it's all. It's light. It's definitely light. Serving law of one. We say service to others, while those who are on the false creeds, who are energy vampires, they are service to themselves. That's how their consciousness, that's their alignment, that's their path of chaos versus the path of order. Not to sound like goody two-shoes or anything. You're just for being sovereign. Okay? You have a connection to God, and no one's going to take that from you and say that you're some sinful, inferior human who needs salvation or something, who needs to repent, who needs to say, you're basically repenting, so you go to the priest so you can say what your problem is. Oh, who just did that? Did I just diagnose myself? Did I just give myself something? Yes, you did. You are manifesting. You don't understand how powerful you are, do you? You're extremely powerful, holy ones. Don't let someone disempower you. They're actually not just disempowering you, they're the ones. Okay? Toxic person. They want to eat your life force. They think about life force in magic. They take it, aren't you, in your spell? You're getting some life force. Machua. We know those dark arts. So you just don't even have to be aware of that. You can just simply be aware of Christ consciousness. 12D Christ consciousness. 12 dimensional. And trump 5 dimension, 5D, which is what most New Ages are focusing on, but don't even know what's up with that. But your ultimate potential is Christ consciousness, not 5D, 12D. So Jesus was real. He was, but not from our perspective, from the Guardian information. Jesus was a 12-strand avatar. What we're talking about today. An example of one. You've had other masters. You've had other avatars. But not a 48-strand. That was his DNA potential. But his activation was a 12. Wait. I know that has to be not fully activated because that would blow up the planet. So it has to be like a safe limit. That's why you couldn't have more than one of them at once on a planet, right? Excuse me. It was so powerful being that they had to put in some false Christ in the timeline. Okay, so you end up with 3 different Christs, and there's only one original, the 12-strand one. That's the first and only one that was a Christed being. The others were not Christed beings. So this is a false report, a false testimony, a false witness, a false record. All you have to do is look at the book. Look at it. You would see it's distorted when it comes to many things. And we're not judging, we simply enlighten from the law of one. It's very simple, law of one. All are God. Religions don't believe in that. They believe in some God, alright, but hey, it's not a nice one. It's not a loving one, a forgiving one. So we resonate with this Christ consciousness, with love, unconditional. There is no angry God. There is no wrathful God. That's a creator God. What you call a wannabe God, you could say. They're just trying to dupe lower races, lower aliens. To them, we're aliens, right? So they're taking advantage of our lower consciousness. Because they time travel, they come through. A lot of people have had visions of aliens. It's not like they're not real. When you see the UFOs unidentified, and I just saw recently one of our members was sharing a video of his with a cigar-shaped UFO, and it was not physical. These ships are evidence of higher dimensional, multi-dimensional technology. What kind of consciousness in your mind, brain, what type of mind goes with that type of, to us it's the future. A more evolved, more advanced being. And so, but we have like time lords, beings like going in and out of time and doing stuff. So we're multi-dimensional, and if you're psychic and you're opening your mind to the 5th dimension or the 6th dimension, this is 5D, 6D. I showed you on the diagram. Blue ray, indigo ray. Your indigo child, you're going to eventually have this opening. You'll start receiving vision. If you're not receiving vision, it's not working like you think it is. This is called a third eye for a reason. It has to do with sight. So the other chakra will have something like clairaudience, clairsentience, telepathy. Also, people see visions. Some of you see maybe not the future, but maybe a parallel self, like another version of you in another reality field. Because this guardian information in the multiverse, we talk about how it's done through what's called, I'll explain it, but it's called ultra micro particle, but it's called, the ultra micro particles are called particae, so it's called particae phasing. Particae phasing has to do with a shifting process, keeps going back and forth, between fission and fusion, fission and fusion, fission and fusion, fission and fusion. It's you literally demanifest every what, nanosecond. Like you are flashing on the particle universe and flashing off, and then flashing on, flash off, flash on, flash. So you're in two different reality fields. You have a parallel. So that separate version of you, that parallel version, that's the parallel universe. Everything has a parallel, including Earth, including aliens, including angels, whatever you want to call them. It's all a duplicate, another like version. Machiwa. It was like some of those visions that you have are happening. Maybe it looks different. You always try to see signs of time, like it's a futuristic society, or if it's a primitive society, or an alien-looking society, or you look like an alien or something, or whatever. There's many explanations because of these different versions, parallel, and if you got a lot of darkness, you're probably from the phantom, like a mixed hybrid with human Anunnaki, human reptilian, and so you are seeing a lot of reptiles and beings with wings and horns and stuff. These are actually races of they're extraterrestrial, either avian reptilian or just like a dino reptilian or just regular lizard people, and we do mean people like upright lizards and reptilians that have humanoid shapes, legs and arms, but still have major differences like wings and stuff. And the gray aliens, they're little short guys, but there's tall versions of them. And, those all look scary looking. Those are scary looking. And if they're dark beings, then these dark, scary looking beings, you call them demons and stuff. We do call them fallen angelics. So, because that's where the angel wars come in. Basically, the angels are in 6th dimension and up. So you can say when they have battles, those are called angel wars. So we have angel wars in the higher densities. Dimensions and densities are these stellar races that many of you are coming from. You're starseeds. Those are ETs. And the whole definition of a starseed is you're helping with the genetics of the planet. You're introducing extraterrestrial genetics to the Earth genetics, what we call Earthseeds. So the Earthseeds are being helped by the Starseeds genetics, literally. And there was an ET race that combined with the Lemurians, an ET race that combined with the Atlanteans, and these Earthseed races are now becoming spliced in multiple genetic races, which is your consciousness. You have now, like I explained just a little while ago, 5 different races of Earth combined now with the help of the starseed DNA. It's a trip, man. It's crazy, it's wild, but no, that's your heritage. And one of these periods are going to be the 5th dimension. And you're going to fix your DNA all the way up to the 6th dimension. Alright? This is a rescue mission, guys. We're trying to help, and not just with the DNA, but with the consciousness. The whole thing with this powerful avatars coming in, some of those are you. When there's many of us, indigos, awakening, well, That's a field of consciousness around the planet that you can connect to. Are you putting yourself in that indigo ray? In that indigo field? You got biofields. Well, focus on the indigo one. You connect to this third eye, you connect to your sixth dimension, and you want to work on the fifth dimension, the blue ray, then work on blue. See a blue field of energy. See in your third eye, you're seeing these things in your closed eyes. Your imagination. See in your imagination, you being like, you lift your hand to yourself and look at it, and it's blue, completely blue. Like you are a blue being. And I would say you could see a physical one or an energy blue being. So whichever you feel comfortable with. Because there is blue skinned humans, which we came from, the human race came from their DNA. So we're ETs, homie. Even the humans are ETs, really. We're like, it's like a trip. We had to rebuild the DNA on the lower density because that's where some of the Lemurians and Atlanteans fell to. This is a rescue mission for the Lemurians and Atlanteans. But also the Aryans and the Muvarians and the Unchechi. Those are future races that come after Aryan humans. So we're working our way up. So remember, it's sacred spiritual science. Not just science, not just religion, spirit, but both. You explain God through both, not a polarized version. You don't just say, I don't care about numbers and physics and stuff. In other words, I don't care about my half of my divinity. You want to be like a Da Vinci, who's holistic, both left numbers, both right imagination, vision, creativity, music, art. Man, your mind is enriched like this. You're using whole brain, not just part, not just half. Don't you want to be this? Well, yeah. Because certainly you don't want to live forever with this kind of consciousness. But if everything's brilliant, and you understand, and you appreciate, and you go deep in your thought, and your realization, and your manifestation, you know life, you project your, I call it your spiritual will into the 3D. Because your spiritual will is higher than, it's your higher thoughts. When you're deep in thought, and you just feel like you're connecting like a breeze, and you have these, like literally, you're gonna want, this is my advice to you, start recording brilliant thoughts. And I was doing it handwriting first, but this is stupid. I mean, it's much more easier to push record on some recorder. So you don't have to fumble with nothing. You just turn it on, record, and start speaking your brilliant thought. Otherwise, the brain sucks so bad down here in 3D, you will forget it in a few moments. Just like when you wake out of a dream in the morning, you know what, you just lost your memory of your dreams. Some of you, not all of you, I'm saying. That's what the pattern is for most people. You got to stop that. Dream work is important. You want to pay attention to that. You want to connect to the 4D. You want to connect to the 5D, the fifth dimension. Well, you do this, all these little steps. This is one of them. So, thank you for being on my live, you guys. You're awesome. 40 people. Look at you, beautiful ones. You want to enlighten yourself. We are all wanting to expand and grow. And we want, like, if you're indigo, a light worker, empath, or just someone who wants to know spiritual knowledge, man, we are hungry for only truth. Or we're trying to get the best information, the most correct information. You know, we seek it, and then we believe that we will feel like it will be undeniable. We would like an undeniable confirmation, right? You will, beautiful ones. I promise you, if you stay diligent, you will have something supernatural happen. Wow. What was that? Dang. Huh? You know, seriously. I mean, don't be scared. Let go of that. Learn your Maharic shield, the seal. Seals in all the negativity. Remember, everything from the 12th dimension and down is sealed. You're trying to seal that, stop out, and protect you at least from it, you know, so it doesn't come in. Only that which benefits you. You put this spell, the speak, the intention, spell, you know, that's a spell. You make a spell to do something. You have an intention. It's all about your intention. You have spiritual will. Not if you're making no intentions. You have no spiritual will. You're just floating. You're just drifting. No inertia. Nothing is changing. It's just routine. You're just in routine. We're not judging you, Holy One. We love you. We're trying to assist you to grow, a spark of growth. Like if you wanted to grow a garden, you want to make a lush foundation. So it will facilitate your intention. You must do something. You must do some work. Not be, you know, just good. Being good is needed, but not only. You also have to work on the DNA. You want to get to 5D, right? Well, you need 5 strands. And we're in 3D. So that seems like a problem. That's why the Guardians are teaching you bioregenesis. Learning how to grow your DNA. We're teaching you how to grow your DNA quickly through techniques by focusing on the DNA. They're called Kalantic science. Kalantics are being used, you're using your knowledge of Kalantics and techniques of Kalantics to affect your crystal body, to make changes from the 12th, from that divine blueprint I showed you on the diagram, the 12D divine blueprint. You're getting instructions from the perfect blueprint to correct your distorted 1, 2, 3, 4 strand or whatever, and to help build the new DNA, to regenerate. That's why it's called bio DNA regenesis. DNA regenesis. Okay? And also Merkaba mechanics and learning about all the chakras. And this is exciting, man. Yeah. Thank you, Guardians. Thank you, Indigos. Thank you, Ashayana. Thank you, Ireland Clark. Thank you, Lisa Renee. Wachua. Thank you for all you Guardians, all of you posting videos, sharing videos, brightening people's days. Thank you to all of you who are having a loving speech, a living life. You're representing Christ consciousness. You're representing love, unconditional love. It's not like you're trying to get a bunch of vampires in your life, but you could be nice and friendly to vampires. Doesn't mean you're trying to get them to hang out with you, because you know that what they want to do. So you want to be free of that. Well, you go into a guardian lifestyle. You learn about the 12 characteristics of mastery, of what guardians do, and how, it's not about a dogma. It's about what that's how that vibration operates. Through kindness, no judgment. That doesn't even enter your mind. That's why, whoa. No judgment, Holy One. You can believe in whatever you want. I'm not going to judge you. So if you guys want to join, and I even offer the one-on-one service, you guys can just, join our community and chat with others who are learning this knowledge. Okay? And it's growing. There's actually more people involved in the chat there. It's going to get better. And we're going to have more rooms and more stuff there to do. So we're just getting started, baby. Check out my Patreon. You see the link in the description, or click the join button here on YouTube. You guys are awesome. I'm so happy you're here, because we do this for you. I work from morning till I go to bed, working on this either videos or talking to people, or there's a lot involved, and you would say full time. And that's what I do full time. So I want to say, what's up, homies? Emilio in the house. All right, good to see you. Orlando, yes. Fact. King Snurgle Girlson, the Viking. Yeah. Yeah, there is people teaching conscious mediumship, but we have some things can be negative with mediumship because they're working with spirits, and you would say that there's probably 90% negative spirits channeling compared to the 10% of guardians. That would be guardian races, positive races. So that's a high freaking percent, man. 90% chance that you're communicating with the false creed being, one who doesn't represent law of one, doesn't represent your best interest or the human's interest. A lot of them are using it constantly, channeling and communicating with you, and you're part of their matrix. They can send you visions. They can send you voices in your head. I'm not saying that's going to happen or it can't happens to everyone, because a lot of you have different energies. You have different experiences, different DNA, different lifetime, different soul experience. So that's why there's so much variety here on Earth. So many different levels of beings here on the world living together. So there's some definitely major world, I can't use those keywords, global powers being developed. I mean, they're already there. They're ancient, but the politics is shifting. The arena is changing. Something's amiss. So, Vato Locos, what are you doing with your processy? Christos Shaman of Ascension. Yeah, it's just you want to okay, you guys, if you like to do it, right? Okay. Just do it with your Maharic shield on. Do it with the Maharic shield and start asking for a resume up there. You want to know who you're talking to. Don't just be all impressed because now you're receiving a psychic communication. Communication for some being. They don't always communicate with words. You could be getting the understanding from symbolism in a dream, what you felt was the dream, because you'll have emotions, and that will tell you what it's about or what's the purpose or what you're supposed to do or whatever. You have to be mindful of who you're speaking with, of who wants you to do what. When they start asking you to do things, and then what? Some of these more higher dimensional beings will be lesser evolved than you. Does that make sense? Because they're falling. They could be falling from a 12D being. Oh, well, they all did. But I'm saying from 11D being, they could be falling all the way to the bottom. So that once was a high-level dark being. But it's falling and becoming lesser consciousness, lower being. A fragment of what it really is. Just the same with angelic beings. When they go down into the lower densities, they become lesser and lesser and lesser of themselves. But, this is what happens when you come in consciousness. You have to become basically incarnated on the planet and then retrieve memory through a spiritual journey that activates your DNA. When you start sparking awarenesses in your brain, that itself will spark your DNA, and you'll have you'll be retrieving your purpose. One day you will just know through the right, experiences, the right activations, and it doesn't hurt to go, you would say, pray, or what are you doing really? You're communicating to your future self, your better, greater version that you want to draw into you. You want to draw your avatar into yourself. You're bringing it. It's like spiritual alchemy. Okay? It's done through your consciousness, man. sister, brother, you're going to go into your awareness inside. You close your eyes, open the third one, start seeing through imagination and visualization and receiving vision. You'll see vision. You'll see it's an eye. Activate that. If you got a dried up pineal gland, well, decalcify it. Learn how. Until it's done, until you healed it and start seeing vision. I would recommend, I'm not gonna, well, I can't, I'm not giving you medical advice, but I just want to say that you could think about, learn about microdosing from mushroom. I believe that creates super amazing psychic abilities. Not just the trip. I mean, you call it trip. I don't have like trip. I'm like teleported somewhere. But man, I believe, and many do others, this is extraterrestrial. It doesn't come from Earth. This species is not of Earth. It's an ET species, and you know, Earth is ancient. So anyways, excuse me. Yeah, the super consciousness. Yeah, there's something freaking amazing about it, and of course it's illegal. But in Arizona they have some pretty cool, rights. Yeah, pride comes before the fall. And isn't pride so tempting, right? Not. I mean, once you do your shadow work, dude, you kind of like feel, excuse me, not disgusted by pride, but you feel like, man, I don't want to be near that old energy again. You will go away from that person or whatever. You put boundaries in your life. You change relationships. And if you have a relationship and you are becoming spiritual and your mate isn't, that's hard. But eventually you're going to end up separating from them. It's not helping your spiritual journey, guys. Let me cough, sorry. It's actually distracting you and also distorting you. Hanging around that, you're evolving, but something is pulling. You're trying to, let's say, it wants you to fall with it. They're grabbing and they're falling and bringing you down. They want comfort, they want solace, they want some type of I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm trying to remind you what you're doing to others. You have this pain, well, the answer isn't to siphon someone else. We love you, but you must heal. You need to heal. I don't mean must. You need to heal to cooperate with guardians. You don't want to heal and go through this healing. You know, it's not comfortable for you. You're used to fallen dark thoughts. Well, that's the process of like going to spiritual rehab. You're gonna stop those, change those. It's not about religion and guilt. Okay, they teach shame, they teach repent. We're not doing that. Hello, you are God. They don't understand that. They don't see that. We see that. You see that or not. You can see that by thinking about it. Think about it. Mochiwa. Okay? You got to do your own thinking, Holy Ones. It's like we get used to following like someone's expectations, what they want of you. Almost like to a fault. Almost like based on guilt or you've been made to feel guilty if you don't. You know, it could be coming from your parents. It could be coming from whoever. You know, your in-laws. You guys got all kinds of different life circumstances, but you live for yourself, man. if you got vampire family, it's possible to live without them in your life. You just have to make it possible. Sometimes you have to cut out friends or family, or when they're vampiric and dangerous or whatever. You would do that anyways. You don't even have to be part of the Guardians. You would be like a, protective parent, some of you. But we're just realizing that while there's a lot of distractions, we know underneath there is a very active spiritual warfare. And so you guys get used to like ceremony and ritual and prayer. What I mean is get used to smudging yourself, get used to going into meditation, get used to getting yourself prepared for darkness. Spend some of your time every day doing this. You could call it a priest. You're a priest of light. You're a disciple. You actually train, man. You think about these greater things that are active. You don't even have to be involved in it. You can be neutral and do nothing if you want. But most of the time, you come into the hologram to learn. Ascended Master is up there, but it's learning from all this mixed Ascended Masters and their experiences. So you learn from other beings. We came here to have a experience and become closer in understanding of the full expansion of ourselves through all these experiences. That's what God is doing. It's going through all these experiences and all these different hologram fields. We're all God going through all these different experiences. You can't say it's bad or evil or right or wrong. It's all God going through, fumbling through experiences. It's built in a way for itself to forget itself because it's made to have lesser DNA, lesser consciousness, fragmenting, distorting. It's not the original, is it? No, this is like a whoa. But there's one explanation. Sometimes you fall like a fallen angelic, or sometimes the Ascended Master is not an Ascended Master yet. These are eternal beings. Okay? But they choose with their own will. They'll have the idea, the thought, and they'll do it. They'll have the idea and the thought to come into a time matrix for the first time. Let's say it's a new time matrix. So they go in. Well, that's how the whole thing started, with a bunch of Ascended Master collectives coming in to now play the drama of life in multi-dimensions of reality. And so we're all equal. Some of them decided when they came in to choose the dark. Some are choosing and playing the light. It's not like just you can call it a game, but because we truly are feeling it. It's real, yes. But realize it's a hologram, man. It's all these Ascended Masters experiencing different levels of this shit. Good or bad or whatever, it's all God experiencing itself in many, many, many different versions of itself. And so you can't say like, oh, God did this, or well, God did do this, but you're like, you blame God, but you are God. Part of you became dark. You have shadow, Holy One. You get tired of suffering. You might want to find ways to. Now you're finding ways. Sometimes it takes a tragedy or something bad in your life to happen for you to wake up to Christ consciousness or God. Only when something bad happens. Oh, now you're looking for that type of information. Oh, now you're stricken with a disease that's incurable. Now you start looking for God or Christ. Understand? That's okay. If that's what it took, that's what it took. Okay, you've got there. Now you're here. Now you're what's this all about? What is God? What are aliens? What's this? Is it really the end of the world? Is it like pointless. Well, cool, yeah. Let me see what time it is. Sorry guys, I don't have a mod, so I have to personally push those things. I will do it when I see it, but looks like everything's a-okay. Rising Soul 3333. Woo! Oh, look at you, Rising Soul. That's a good you would say that's a smart move, you know, put that energy inside your name. That's like someone who understands. Personal spells, personal energies. Yeah, this is spiritual MMA, vatos. Yeah, sometimes it comes out funny. Yeah, man, there's all kinds of broadcasts, and one of those broadcasts is the Virgin Mary. There's like it's almost kind of like there's like either a Wi-Fi or there's just that data is like in some computer and it's being what you call like pulsed out, whatever. These beings use technology, and there's a lot of code out there for you to pick up, almost like a record playing, a broadcast playing, you know, and you picked one of those up. You got a connection, and now you're perceiving it as happening to you. You think it's your God, or you are God, but you know, you think you're Thor, or you think you're Thoth, or you think you're Zeus. I was Jehovah. I was, you know, some being. You think you're God. You're one of these gods. Okay, you can. You think that. So we're like realizing the extraterrestrial technology. Some of these beings, like you would, if any of you have like listened to his name, well, he's one of the interviews by Kerry Cassidy. He's a sorry, my bad. He was from Gaia, and Corey Good, he talks about, he's one of those people from the secret space program and who has whistleblowers, and you know, he talks about these beings channeling to people, but they're sitting in these pods, and it's a meditation, like a meditation bed, and they're connecting to humans down here. So a lot of stuff is just psychic ETs in other dimensions, using either a mixture of your psychic potential and nanotech or whatever tech they're using to make themselves able to virtually channel you. So a lot of things you think you're a god, or you're thinking that you're Thoth, or you're thinking you're this or that. Man, this is broadcast central. Broadcast. These beings send things to you. You're psychic. You pick it up. Ping! I had a vision. Yeah, you did. Mositas. When your vision, when your God, when your visiting spirit is talking about worship and servitude and you must do this, you must do that. No. Okay, yes, if you want to. But if you want to be guardian, no. Machiwa. You don't need a god, extraterrestrial, a creator god, like they are called in parenthesis, creator gods. Oh, this creator, this god created. No, this God creator. This is the creator. This is God. No, that's God. That's God. That's my God. Well, this is my God. Well, that's their God. And look at their God. Well, what? Okay. Lots of beings want to be God. Lots of different names, lots of different characteristics, different histories, different powers. You're chosen. I was this. I was that. Okay, after a while, those types of beings' energies get annoying. Like, you're not supposed to be annoyed, but you don't want to be even start the conversation, because they're gonna go on with their energy, man. Oh, you got him now. They got you now. You responded. Now they're Wachua hyena or chimakats. So you don't engage. They want to heal, they'll find a way to heal, but you don't put yourself, you start to put boundaries. Eventually you'll be in a neighborhood without those type of consciousness. Eventually you will be in a relationship in that type of consciousness. Eventually you'll have a workplace like with that type of consciousness. That eventually you have a schooling or whatever. You're gonna make changes where you now are surrounded by these type of other people. Not the vampires, not in those neighborhoods, not in whatever, because places, land, can't have spirits that are dark. There's spirits, land spirits, animal spirits, spirits, ET spirits, beings who are, and disembodied spirits. These are all different kinds of life that you can pick up when you start opening up these abilities, man. And you put intention there. You don't want to see that stuff, okay? You learn how. You won't see them if you do certain things. Mostly it's your thoughts. You find yourself involved with some dark shit because your thoughts are dark. My camera. So since it did that, let me put this in. Wachiwa. Let me find this one. Okay. Let me change the battery. Takes only a few seconds. Thank you for being on my live. My Vato Locos. Yeah! A few more seconds. Vatos. Yeah, man. Talking about the multiverse again and all those different levels of yourself. What's up, homies? What's going on? Did you have yourself a good Halloween? Did you get lots of candy? I didn't have any. I would like to have chocolate, at least. There is parts of it in Voyagers, however, I've had 4 near-death experiences and have much cell memory since I was 4. So I've been knowing this since I was... Yes, Holy One. Thanks for sharing, by the way. And Ashiana talks about this. If you have a near-death experience and you come back, what happens is you're retrieving an activation. Like, it's kind of like a loophole or just some artifact that happens, which is a good thing. I don't say go put yourself in this danger. That would be stupid. We're talking about, it happened to Ashiana. And when she came back into the body, she pulled some of that memory back with her. Because normally you're separate from it. But as soon as you have an out-of-body experience, you're not limited to that DNA block. You're separate now from it. You came out of the body. You came out of the DNA. Well, that DNA shut that... Part of it, as soon as the spirit goes into the little fetus, 2/3 of your consciousness shuts out. That's only, and whatever left over, that's what creates a human. Okay, so we're already stunted, disempowered, based on what the Anunnaki did. That was specifically the Anunnaki who did that with planet Nibiru, the Marduk Anunnaki. I would like to get a bunch of homies, get a massive mothership, and go straighten that shit out. It's our planet. Let's go do something about it. We got a lot of heavy hitters on that planet, though, Nibiru. It's kind of like, you know how it says Masters of Orion? There should be one called Masters of Nibiru. We need that planet back. It was once a guardian planet. We got kicked off it. Oh, Joseph, you're so kind. Thank you for being here, Vato. Ashala Emerald. Wow, cool name. Look at you. I'm down with you, Holy One. Yeah. It's 7:30. So I could get lit. If anyone wants to get lit, raise your hand or put the little fire in the comments, and I'll do that. If not, then that's fine. We have this like hippie policy that you can roll rawhide, you can get lit and blazed. You can go into deeper into that rabbit hole. Wow, what's up, Alice? We're gonna go find mysteries down there, but you don't get lit or you don't try something. You're focused on some change here, so you can have a vision. I mean, you can have a burst of session of vision, right? Well, why not? I don't mean get it, make it like a crutch. I don't mean that at all. But to have a confirmation, to have something where you open the channel for your higher self, which is your higher wisdom, to come through. See, your point of view, you see that as transcendence, but it's really you becoming aware suddenly of a higher version of yourself. Yes! Look at that! Yeah! Alright guys, hell yeah. Alright. So we'll jam for another 30 minutes, okay? So and then we'll around 8. So yeah, that's good. That's like 34 minutes. So we'll get lit, and it'll be at a different vibration. I'll be happy and cheerful and very connected, I think. So, because this is the second hit. And we have no problems talking about spiritual medicine. And I have this nice, beautiful monotub. Yeah. Right there. Hi. It's growing white stuff now. Dude, it's been years. No, it's been 1.5 years since I've had this medicine. It's the most like freaking divine thing. I mean, ayahuasca is extremely powerful too, but I've still haven't had anything go farther with mycelium, baby. It's you guys gotta have some respect for spirit, man. You go into freaking powerful realms. It should be humbling. But some of you will go into an ego thing, but dude, you see those beings and whoa. See, when you start to learn these dimensions in different matter form, you will appreciate these high level angelic beings, avatar beings, alien beings. Whoa, man. And no, it's not just in your head. So I'll put the diagram and give me 60 seconds, okay? Maybe 90 seconds, but you guys are so friendly and talkative, you won't be bored. I'm gonna go get lit. Yeah, vatos. There's some of your record. There's some of your memory. Don't forget it. Ha ha ha. We're going 90 seconds. Be right back. Alright, you guys, I'm walking in. Thank you for those of you who stayed and had patience. Let me put this back on. Yeah. Alright, baby. Every time I move, all of my crystals start rolling off the bed. I just want to say something that I know some people are kind of religious, so they don't like when I do this, but even other spiritual people, please don't judge me. Like I'm like publicly asking when you want to engage conversation with me. You don't have to start off judging me. I recognize this as medicine. Consciousness, energy. When you mention one of them, let's say you mention consciousness. Well, think about energy. You think about energy. Well, think about consciousness. Because they're the same thing. It's alive. I don't mean put your finger in the socket so you can feel electricity and think it's consciousness. That's not what we're saying. Not this type of energy. Realize the subtle energy. Yeah. So, whatever you say, brother or sister, you want to call it some problem, some drug. I understand your point of view. Awaka, yeah. But I will not apologize, man. Mokoye. Sumako. I come from the like a really strong drum circle tribe. This is like a part of my heritage. This beat, this dance, this drum, whoa, kai, yeah. So, matsu, yeah. It's a form of like cleansing. And you have this drum, right? And then I'll take my shaman rattle. And you connect to spirit. You connect to yourself. You connect to the nature. Because you're usually doing a drum circle way outside the city grid. And you're doing it in nature. And I want to do that again. I'm going to do that again. You can basically find drum circles anywhere, right? But, because what's cool about drum circles, it doesn't matter what your age is, your gender, your background. Everyone digs the drum circle. It seems like I've seen all kinds of different people at drum circles. And usually that was kind of like the ones who organized it, and they did around the full moon. It didn't matter to me, whatever. But it was just a freaking powerful energy. Ancient energy, right? Beings altering their consciousness through beat and dance. I related, I connected, and every time I go to drum circle, I'm not drumming, I'm actually rattling. I'm using this connection. And so sometimes you guys hear me speak other language. I am actually seeing those races, man. I'm like feeling it, and you hear me start speaking it. So I explain this as not channeling, but this is first of all, you have your Maharic shield, your 12D shield. You do that in the morning and you do it in the evening until you can get it to be like holding its frequency for longer periods of time. You always got to recharge it. You don't just do it once and forget about it. It's a regular training. And you can learn it from me. You can learn it from, each one of us. So it's like you have 3 versions. You kind of, not like versions, but like instructions, like steps. Like Lisa Renee and Ireland Clark, they have one too. I have it offered in my memberships, so it's just one of the techniques that we share. So if you guys want to join, you can join up, and for even $5. And thank you for helping Christos Avatar, and for helping me survive, because I do this full time. This is my full time focus in my life. Excuse me. So we don't judge, but people will judge us, but that doesn't stop you from being light. Just shine light wherever you go. You'll get grumpy people, you'll get negative people. You're gonna get judgmental people. You're gonna get people who disagree with you. You're gonna just get people who are unkind and rude and disrespectful. So you just go through a spiritual life and don't allow. No one can make you angry. Only you can allow it to happen. So only you can allow yourself to become angry or upset or jaded. So don't be jaded. Don't let someone get you into reacting. Especially not overreacting. Not even reacting. Don't give them the energy. Don't give them the invitation. Don't enter the dialogue. Don't have those kind of conversations. Don't have those kind of relationships. Oh wow, you're transmuting. Good job. You want to go towards light. Well, that it's something that you do. It's how you live. You're not even tricking nobody if you think you're trying to, fool spirit and fake goodness, fake love. People know, most people are going to know your BS. It's a vibration, honey. Get used to psychic people around you. They know what's up with you, really. It's like consciousness will go that direction. Part of it really, really, really wants to evolve into greater versions of itself. Now, they're not claiming dominion in all spirit and minds here, okay? We rise our light, man. And not all of you are just light or just dark. Maybe you have a mixture of, you have a bad boy, bad girl side, good girl, bad, good girl, good boy side. No, I'd rather just have one side. Sorry. I don't want shadow. I want that strength of the light. That's my path. That's my choice. As God, I choose light. And some of you, through your divine will, your sovereign will, because you're ascended master, you're God too. So remember law of one. It's a universal law, not some religion's law, not some person's opinion. It's something that just, you realize a creative being, the original intention was love. This being does not judge. No. Lower distorted versions of itself does judge. And lower, vibrational identities of itself are us. Okay? This is a multidimensional spiritual endeavor, honey. Get used to multidimensional life, multidimensional awareness, consciousness. Get used to knowing that there's multidimensional beings, that there is Stargates, there's a travel to other worlds. You literally ascend through Stargates, and wow, all kinds of stuff. With Zapatos? Are you learning something, man? Man, I found something amazing. Do I have a moderator on? Let me see. If not, we got Christos Shaman. Rachel Gardner. Isn't that like a movie star name? That's cool. Good to have you, Rachel. Aaron Ryan. You guys' names feel so wonderful to me. Even Scabby. Hi, Scabby. Oh, do you have a sore throat? You should do some lemon juice too, and some tea, and honey, and some Maharic Shield. Ashala Emerald. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. He says, I'm teaching my son the law of one. You could teach a child, you guys. A child can understand all are one because all are God, because Creator created all. So we're all part of that. We're all part of God. Literally, God downsteps. It's a downstep process when any higher being goes to a lower, incarnates into a lower dimension or goes through a Stargate to another dimension. You lose code. It's kind of like when Scotty, or you walk into, Star Trek, you go into, beam me down, Scotty. Well, it's kind of like, wow, you beamed him down, but you beamed you into fractions of yourself. You're like fractions of yourself. You're trying to gather all those pieces and combine them into the ultimate puzzle. It's like it's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and you're putting all those pieces and more pieces together. You're building a greater understanding of God. Right now, your understanding's down here, Holy One. But see your potential? With zapatos. Scabby. Gurgle. Is that an angel icon you have? My goddaughter, Kalindi. Oh my gosh. You guys are all so creative. Beautiful name. Oh, homeschooling. I would always recommend that. Just let me a quick little story. Man, I grew up in public school at some like rink-a-dink sit town in Pine Top, Arizona. I lived in Show Low and Lakeside and Chino Valley. These were small communities. And then my family took us to Phoenix. And then when I went to school, the first day, there was a kid saying F you to the teacher and standing up and yelling at the teacher cuss words, and I was like this hillbilly who was shocked. So yeah. Sorry. My daughter Kalinda is 5. We homeschool. Yes, that's why I say homeschool. That was when I was a long time ago. Yeah, you can learn from your children, and your children are naturally, generally speaking, depends on their Templar, right? If you're dealing with the Indigo child, they're going to be very unusual. You won't even know what to do, and that's why some parents are the ones looking up Indigo child. Because you start talking about reincarnation to your parents, or maybe, it just depends on your perceptions at the time. Sometimes we could be asleep. Sometimes we could have no clue. And other times you guys are super psychic, and you know what the hell's going on because you know that other people are psychic. Not all other people are psychic, and so you feel so freaking weird. You feel out of place. It's natural. You're not alone though. You have many selves. I suspect that what they think is multi-personalities is not a bad thing. But if they're all like distortions and about negativity, then it's not going to be very fun for you to have multiple personal identities. But realize you're a collective in the future. You'll be hearing voices, you could say, like normal from other parts of you. It's like, whoa, man. It's like telepathy with your own self, like other versions of yourself. You become psychic. Well, you become psychic of yourselves. You become aware of and then you trip out like, whoa, what was that? Well, that was one of your selves. Maybe part of you is super majestic, and you thought it was God, but it's one of your higher selves. We try to describe them so you can relate. Maybe it's this type of being. Maybe it's an oversoul. Maybe it's an avatar. Maybe it's a rishi. So we learn what they look like. We try to anyways, right? I get it. My mouth gets so dry. Where's my... Ouster 1. I know I have to mentally prepare for that as well on my end with my parents, but at the end of the day, we have to carry on their legacy. King Gurgle Smurgelson, the Viking. Yes, Holy Ones. It's so beautiful, you guys, that you guys can talk to each other and shine your light. Shining light! Holy One, thank you for being a member, Shining Light. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome, sister. I'm happy to see you. Every time I see those green stars, man. Some of you might become a blue star, I hope. That means you have to go to a second month. Florida. Welcome, Florida. You're near Ashiana. She's in Sarasota. She's watching that activity out there. Mochiwa. I'm rocking Arizona vibes. But I want to visit my drum circle in Nevada again. I can't wait. When I finally have resources in my life, I'll be able to. And I believe that as you go on a spiritual journey, you naturally gravitate to prosperity, because you're so more positive, and you're actually trying to empower yourself, and you learn knowledge, and you learn energy, and you connect to consciousness. These higher levels of you should, these other higher versions of yourself, you should embrace them, learn from them, bring them into your awareness, and it benefits you, right? It's you. It's not a foreign creature or being. It's you. You're like, it's your identity, but on another level. Kind of like combining with your 3D identity. Like you have two identities merged to create an understanding, an average understanding, right? While you're interacting with parts of yourselves, realize your other selves are interacting with parts of yourself. Like you got a crowd of friends, man, that's yourself. Some of them are male, some of them are female. Eventually you get to the androgynous level. Okay. Very soon. That's why I like these beings from the Valerian period. As you see the picture of this video, it's a Valerian, they call them the pearl beings in that movie. The pearls. So this race kind of makes you think about our future humans. When we evolve in our body, our mind, and our spirit, and our, we're much more psychic, much more law of one. We are in the law of one. And so it's possible to be an avatar when you get to Tara. It's possible to get, if you're a 6th strand, it's possible that you're going to be an avatar when you return, a Christ avatar. Like you're going to go from now to a Christed avatar. Some of you, if you have 6th strand complete, you're going to be freaking amazing on your next ascension. Others are just going to like 5D strands, 5 strand. So others will be plugging in. Once you have 60, you're what's called Unchechi, which is a third eye activated being. And there's not many of those on the planet, literally. And there is 144,000 of you who are meant to have your third eye open. You're part of this 144,000. And it's literally science, so you can sometimes get exact numbers like this, because these are tribes of 12,000, which is more explanation, but that's that sacred number again, 12. It's not 10. It's the divine is base 12. Sorry, base 12. It's base 12. So I'm gonna go by base 12, honey. Anyways, you have DNA broken down into 12 and then 12 sub-frequencies, which are different lifetimes. A 12 tribe. Freaking amazing. I'm grateful to be part of this dissertation of the guardian information. And the Christ consciousness, you can see it in my videos live, right? Sometimes you see it come through, man. Like a sudden burst of brilliance. It's beautiful, right? I can't wait till those come in, because I want to stop smoking for at least a whole week. So those, you don't have to smoke mushroom. I break it down into a powder and then stir it into a liquid that I can handle eating. I have something to eat right away afterwards because I fast. I fast for the night. I don't eat a meal at night when you're gonna do this sacred medicine, and it is sacred, man. You're gonna meet higher parts of yourself. You're gonna call it tripping out, but it's not tripping out. You're experiencing higher realities from a distorted point of view. I mean, you're teleporting there, but you're sort of like just getting a partial version of the full version. Only what you can take or bring in. That's why I say, if you see powerful angelic beings or godlike beings, well, that's only possible, honey, if you have those high connections. So that's actually a good sign. Like, some of you have told me such amazing freaking things that you've witnessed. Like, I'm not the only one who has their third eye open. Some of you see these worlds, and you know that's why you resonate to somebody like me, my videos, because we talk about that. We're witnesses. It's not faith. It's a knowing, and a literal. We have fun with it and say, hey, we're gonna get lit. Well, you're lighting up on your chakra, which is lighting up your intelligence, your consciousness, your awareness, your superpowers. You can consider them superpowers compared to this shit. I mean, excuse me. We are shit down here. We don't have, most of us don't know any powers with our aura, with our biofields, our subtle bodies. You're not even aware of those technologies. You're not even sense it, feel nothing. You're like energetic. You feel like you're dead inside or something, or disconnected, not plugged in, not lit up. We want to get lit up. We want to rise our consciousness, and not just spike and temporarily. You want to keep on rising it naturally, too. It's called being a psychonaut. You want to know why? Because this thing assists your visualization, which is what? You see vivid colors, vivid detail. It's unbelievable. You're experiencing divine levels of yourself from your point of view, because you're not used to witnessing that in normal life, but you suddenly get a chance to open a window to it, a gateway. This higher chakras are windows. When you open them, you'll see what's coming in from that world. The physics, the colors, the geometries. For me, reality is like a vapor. I see vapor, not physical, solid things anymore. It becomes less and less refined, and everything I saw was like a beautiful it's hard to explain liquid light, but it's like water vapor in structure. It's made of liquid light. Which is a Christ Avatar. And so you can connect to it, man. You can see it. You can witness it. It's not a faith. It's not a belief. It's not the Holy Spirit either. It's a freaking liquid light. You see yourself like that Terminator being, not its negative aspect. I'm saying, look at like you're made of this liquid metal that changes. It obviously can shapeshift. There's nothing stopping it from moving. You don't have a skeletal system, muscular system. Okay, you are matter that's between vapor and liquid. So you're liquid vapor. Yeah, it's like liquid vapor. But they call it liquid light, but I call it liquid vapor. That would be my new hashtag, liquid vapor bitches. Liquid light! Plasma body, plasma being. You know, it's called hydroplasm, honey. But that's not even the greatest plasma. You go from hydro to thermal plasm. Cool. It's magnificent. You can experience it now and see water vapor, honey. Liquid light. And you know what color it is? It looks cool, right? Yeah, it's gorgeous. 39, that's a good number, vatos. Did I miss something? Oh, wait. Christos, there was a message I'm showing. I didn't know that was there. I don't have any mods tonight, huh? That's weird. Where did that come from? I'm looking... Oh my gosh. I can't see who made a tip. If... Rachel, sorry, I don't know why that message did that. Ashala, I don't know why it did that. But, there you go. I don't know who gave me a tip. I'm sorry. Did I... How come it doesn't tell me? If someone... Oh, Leo. Hey, Leo. I want to ask you, Leo, is there a way you can highlight questions? If you can highlight people's questions, I don't know if you can. I don't know. I'm just asking you if you can find out. Because it would help me to see people's questions better because there's so much chat. I'm so happy you guys are chatting. Shining light. I see you, sister. Yeah, if you guys didn't know it, I thought it was so cool because Ireland Clark came in and she hanged out with us for a little while. It was so awesome, man. She was even talking in chat and saying hi to you guys. Isn't that cool? Plus she gave me a tip. I'm like, damn, sister. I love you guys. Look at you guys meeting and becoming friends here. Isn't that cool? I think so. I have Facebook though. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram account is going to be my favorite account. I mean, no, not my favorite account. My most active account, I meant. Gina! Oh, wow. I'm sorry you had a disturbing Halloween. Yeah, this is I think they're stepping up their game. So maybe this is why I was like kind of like motivated to make a lot of videos about fallen angels and demons and stuff. And it's so strange because it's a big topic. I mean, what I meant is it's a popular topic. Like a lot of people are looking for demons more than angel, the word angel. Like I find out little bits of information like this. And like on TikTok, if you look at TikTok, there's literally over hundreds of billions of, right? Like some keywords have thousands of billions, which is 1 trillion. Damn. One of those billions one is witchcraft. Witches. Those words are super, super popular. You get to see where consciousness is. Casting spells and stuff on people. Put up your Mahark shield, guys. Machiwas. See yourself made of liquid light. Your body. Get used to seeing your body made of liquid light. You are this vibration. You are this consciousness. This Christ consciousness. This law of one. Makwichi. Innerchristos. Iowa. So you do a lot of work with consciousness. You guys, start going into those inner parts of yourself. Challenge your mind, expand your mind. Come on, become this. I don't know if I ever shared it with you. I want to say it real quick before I forget, because sometimes I go on a tangent. I used to say, one of the, what do you call it? A mantra, which is kind of like for protection or whatever, like this is for protection or power, like an amulet or you would say talisman that you have for yourself. Like we need different methods of protection, right? So, Makaya, you're like a spiritual being having a human experience, you guys. you're like a lot of us who are awakening have a lot of confusion because there's a lot of contradictory information out there. So we're like, what? But that's the enemy. You would say the enemy, the dark side doing that. They're intelligent. Dark, but intelligent. So we're trying to awaken, but we get all of this false information. But, you get to a community like that with Christos, we call a lot of bullshit. You're Christos, I say, Indigo call bullshit. Indigo know what's up. Yeah, what's up, Indigo? And someone needs to do that in a parrot. What? Indigo call bullshit. Indigo call bullshit? Yeah, really, dude. Say that to somebody one time. Like, squawk at them and say, Indigo call bullshit. If you want to skip the bird part, go ahead. Just say, I call bullshit. And I'm an indigo. Yeah, man. Because you suspect things that normal humans don't. They don't have this. They don't have this. And they don't have this opened. They only have mind. They're stuck at the mind. They don't believe in a lot of them don't believe in God or anything higher. It's just about the mind. That's all. They're stuck at the mind. They ain't going higher. No, they're stuck at the mind. Mental. Oh, you're talking about spirit again? You're talking about aliens and UFOs again? No, those realities don't exist. Because they're stuck at the mind. They're not going into, you know what the 4D is? That's galactic level. You just went from the planetary to the galactic. First of all, you have a different biology, a different consciousness, a different energy, different intelligence. So, and then you went higher into the future, into the 5th dimension, higher into the 6th dimension. These are available to you. This is a path. This is a route. This is a ascending route. What you call progressive route. But there's descending people and beings. That's called a descending route. Both falling and ascending return to God. The logical one is that you're on a spiritual path and you're awakening yourself to greater levels of yourself, and you keep on choosing to expand into the light, and then you go to God that way. You're always in God. What I'm saying is your awareness of God. Your levels are returning back. You're bringing back in your code. You're bringing back your memory. But others are doing the opposite. They practice not Christos, but anti-Christos, against life. Spell live backwards. It's evil. E-V-I-L. So we are beings it's the consciousness that's just the opposite of life. They can take life. They're vampires, energy vampires, creatures and relationships and all kinds of beings that are vampires. Toxic people, psychotic people, criminal people, whatever. Dark people into black magic, casting spells, casting curses. They're into this. The light beings are not. Those things don't normally even go into your thoughts. That's not even normal thinking. That's like the psychopath thinking, the neurotic thinking, the twisted, manipulative, vampiric thinking. They want to take. These are beings that take, okay? They don't even ask for your permission, of course not. They just want to take and steal or whatever, consume you, eat you, devour you, your energy. No, sorry, parasite. Sorry, demon, fallen one. No, thank you. Goodbye. Good. Shimatai wa. Oh my kaya see. You acting in your power or not? Are you standing in your power, in your light, Holy One? What are you speaking and thinking? That's right. You are a paladin of light. You are a priest of light. You remember Atlantis. You remember Lemuria, that ancient Egypt. You were these beings called Indigo children, going into time, different periods of time, even at Christ's time. You know, it's all existing at the same time. It's simultaneous. Just go into another Stargate, into your chakra. Put your consciousness and run current, run consciousness, travel, go to another level of consciousness by changing your conscious vibration, your focus, your travel through a gate, Stargate, that vortex. Whoa. It's a Merkaba, spinning, man. But actually, the truth is, you want to see two Merkaba, one pure white and one dark silver or dark gray, you can call it. So if there's two of them, one spinning one way, one spinning the opposite way, so you can see two inter-spinning stars. One's pure white, one's dark gray. They're interspinning because they're together. They're together. They make one. They stop spinning. You will see only one color. Not white, not dark silver, but a mixed color. Like the color chrome. Like it's called pale silver. Not silver, but a pale version of silver. Pale silver. Platinum. Chrome. Get an idea in your mind? So you see this star. Six-pointed Star of David. Star. Six-pointed star in this color. Got it? This is the symbol code. The Christos energy. The Christos consciousness. When you start moving that in your visualization, your imagination, well, you're running current. You're running consciousness. You're telling it to go through the symbolic visualization, running through your chakra, going to the earth, pulling in the current, seeing the current of the Maharata of earth. It's a giant Maharata, a disc, okay, inside the earth, spinning around. Well, you have one yourself, but it's under your feet. This is one of your shields. You have a few shields. This is one of the ones that are important, the ones that we're using to protect ourselves, the ones that we're using to connect to our divine blueprint, so we can bring that code in. Or you would say nanosecond at a time, bursts of 12D current through this visualization. These are technique being brought to earth again. It's always brought during Ascension. This is Ascension. The planet's going through Ascension, so all life will be forced to go into an Ascension, a change, or not change. Are you with the old paradigm, or are you going to the Aquarius? Are you still doing those Pisces energies? Come on, get with the program. Or not. Citas. There's an awakening happening. Some humans are going to go to that beautiful, better place. Better than this right now. And the other humans are not. They're going somewhere else. So there's a split. And we would rather have all humans go to the good place. But, you know, we're like thinking about am I gonna sin? You know, you think about this sometimes, right? Yeah, am I gonna sin? Well, how do I know if I'm qualified? What do I do? What else can I do? See, you know, we have all these questions, right? We all like, whoa. You know, because most of the time you're just looking at your device and playing games, or you're looking at video, or you're listening to music, or doing all three. Hey, no judgment. Realize we're pointing out what you're doing with your consciousness and what else you can also try to do. Oh, Machiwa. Alright, guys. I was feeling some good energy. It was a good connection. I'm glad you were here to be part of it. You guys are, a lot of you are regulars. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for coming. And I try to be active with new videos and more lives. Like, this is like the 3rd live in a row, right? Thank you, Alia. Alia, that's beautiful. Fedma. Thank you, Shining Light. Thank you, Nixo. Yeah! Yes! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Your first time? Ashala? You're welcome anytime, Holy One. Please come again, you guys. Rachel, it's okay. We all start as newbies. No disheartening. You're in the right place. Yeah, more life, more love. You're right, Scabby. Let your garden grow. Let me show that, sorry. Intergalactic. Yeah, and Isabel, thank you so much for your assistance and for being a member on Christos Avatar. Thank you so much, sister. You're much appreciated. And we all were a newbie too, by the way, Rachel. Much love, much respect. Oh, Rising Soul, it really just depends on my health at the moment, because I still am smoking until I can stop smoking with this medicine, because that is just something you would digest, and that will give my health a break. I believe that strongly. I just have to do cardio, and because it will help my detox my lungs if I do. It's just so hard. I do walk sometimes, a lot of times throughout the week, but having to jog, that would be like, whoa. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I have to like do it, man. You just have to, sometimes you just have to do it. Whatever that may be for your life, right? Wow, oh yeah. Thank you. Candice. What's up, sister? Irish sea moss. Is that like a herb I would take, or? Yeah, divine timing, a soul rising 3333. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I go for walks, and what I could do is start jogging part of the way until I get too tired, and then build up my endurance. Because I used to be a good jogger. And quite frankly, if you think about it, doing cardio, you're getting more prana, oxygen, into your supply anyways. Which is probably a great thing. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes. It's just, cannabis. And I didn't think about I was doing smoking too much. Like, I started hanging out with a family member, and he liked to do it a lot. I was just kind of like hanging with them and started smoking with them, and then maybe that really is because I smoked too much. But I'm healing. You know, I'm not perfect, and I would say it wasn't done to, like, you know, there's different ways to take the medicine. It's just that the most fastest way, the strongest way is like flour. So eventually understand, like, we will have these superpowers turned on. You won't have to do shit for it. You'll just be on. You know, it's not meant to be a crutch. What it's meant to be is a lot of people find medicine and being able to sleep helps some people relax with their anxiety. It helps people, you know, with a lot of different remedies you can find out real easy with, but guys, I think mushroom will change your DNA in a good way. I think it will open you up. You have to take the medicine slowly and learn it. Learn the medicine. Learn your dosage limits, okay? Do it carefully. Do it, what you would say is conservative. Be conservative in your dosage, because you could always add more until you know when you start feeling something, and then when you start seeing something, and then when it's too uncomfortable. Doesn't mean you're going to always have a good experience. If you guys aren't doing a spiritual path and taking care of shadow, well, shadow will come into some of your experiences. That's why it's good to cleanse and purify and fast maybe the night before, or at least one meal. If you're going to do it at night, if you're going to do it in the morning, that means you wouldn't do whatever. You do it when you try not to eat when you're going to have this, I call, sacred ceremony. Because obviously you're dealing with higher dimensional energies than yourself, current level. And don't assume that is good. You have to see how yourself acts and behaves. And if you don't like how you behave, then, disconnect. Mochiva. I say such long goodbye, huh? Usually when I say namaste, that means that's the last few words I'm about to say. I love you guys. You're a huge blessing. You're part of this consciousness. You're part of this field on the planet. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back, and I hope I see you again. I hope I see you again. Vato Locos. Yeah, Samaka. This is a dance. This is a celebration. Yeah. Maka, yeah. You feel the spirit rising. It's happening. It's gonna happen. You know it. Yeah. Good timing. Peace. Namaste, Vatos. Come again, man. I will miss you. Bear hug. Give me 5 Indigo. Empath. Give me 5. Only on Christos Vatos. Yeah. Peace. Love yourself. Love yourself. And love others, Vatos. Spiritual gangsters.